Hey, what's up, guys? This is David Chase Taylor of 911truther.org. Today is April 18th of 2025. So, based on breaking news and events, it appears the CIA headquarters located beneath CERN at Lake Geneva in Switzerland is going to stage an escalating series of apocalyptic events on the date of April 19th of 2025, which is coincidentally the last day of Passover, as well as the 151st anniversary of the modern state of Switzerland, which is in fact the first Jewish state. So really briefly, in respect to the numerology, the date of April 19th, the number 4, it equates to the Swiss cross, which is found on the flag of Switzerland, which is coincidentally a Greek cross, but that's a different story. And then, of course, the letter S equals the 19th, as in the COVID-19, and snake equates to poison. And this is also an acronym for Switzerland, which is why it's home to the World Health Organization, which executed the COVID-19 pandemic. So, considering it is the last day of Passover, and it is the 151st anniversary of the modern Jewish state of Switzerland, blood sacrifices, terror attacks, assassinations, and wars are in fact expected on this particular date. And this notion is corroborated by the fact that the CIA staged the Waco massacre, which involved a mass blood sacrifice of children in Waco, Texas, back on April 19th of 1993. Exactly 2 years later, they executed another child sacrifice known as the Oklahoma City bombing on April 19th of 1995, during which they killed scores of children in the nursery. And some sort of major earth-changing apocalyptic event is expected on the date of April 19th in the United States, which may be April 20th elsewhere in the world. Coincidentally, the date of April 19th, which I'm calling Doomsday Saturday, there's roughly 10 high-profile live events, and we know, based on recent history, that they always like to capitalize during live events because there's a sitting television audience there to be terrorized. We saw this back in 2011 with my book entitled The Nuclear Bible, which prevented a Al-Qaeda nuclear 9/11 style nuclear terror attack targeting the Super Bowl in Dallas, Texas. The Super Bowl is the single most watched television event of the year, and so they like to capitalize during live television events. And coincidentally, on Saturday, April 19th, there's a number of them. First of all, there is a number of NCAA football, college football spring games. Coincidentally, Deion Sanders will be retiring the jersey of his son, Shedeur Sanders, as well as another player on this particular date. So this ceremony may come under attack. We just saw the shooting at Florida State University, and so some sort of massacre, race war massacre, may be in tow for Boulder, Colorado. Number 2, the CIA is going to stage, this is the third time, they're staging this 5501, hashtag 50501 protests nationwide. These are anti-Trump protests nationwide. So obviously, vehicular ramming attacks, mass shooting attacks, stampedes, bridge collapses, suicide bombings, VVIEDs, IEDs, terror attacks of any type are expected. Number 3, the NBA playoffs are officially tipping off. Considering the murder we just had in Texas, where this young African-American kid, 17-year-old, named Carmelo Anthony, murdered this guy named Austin Metcalf. Carmelo Anthony is the name of an NBA player. It's probably likely not even his real name. So this suggests that they're going to stage some sort of a stabbing-related attack, revenge attack, targeting an African-American NBA player. Coincidentally, Carmelo Anthony is best friends with LeBron James, and so some sort of race war stabbing attack targeting LeBron James or his son Bronny James is expected during the Minnesota at LA Lakers playoff game in Los Angeles, California tomorrow on April 19th. Also, the NHL is kicking off their playoffs tomorrow. Also, the most popular athlete in the world, Lionel Messi, is his team Inter Milan is playing Columbus in Cleveland, Ohio tomorrow as well. So some sort of an attack or terror event in Cleveland, possibly targeting the game or Messi himself, is expected. Also on April 19th is WrestleMania. This is the WWE's biggest event. This is going to be live in Las Vegas starting on the night of April 19th through the 20th. Also going on is the second weekend of Coachella is live in Indio, California. A number of high-profile celebrities such as Post Malone, Billie Eilish, Lady Gaga, etc. are performing, and we saw previously that one of the would-be Trump assassins was stopped in Coachella, fully armed with magazines and multiple guns, so some sort of massacre or terror event is expected surrounding this event. It is also Easter weekend, and so as we saw in Sri Lanka a few years ago, the CIA staged a bunch of ISIS suicide bombings targeting Christian churches, and so some sort of Islamic or Iran or Russia-backed, Pakistan-backed Islamic terror attacks targeting Christian-related entities surrounding the Easter weekend is expected, possibly 9/11 style, possibly biological, chemical, or nuclear in nature. As previously mentioned, Passover festivities for Jewish folks in around the world as well as in Israel are taking place, and so some sort of anti-Semitic Islamic terror attacks or terror events targeting Jews, Hebrews, Israelis, or synagogues or related entities is expected, possibly in the United States, possibly in Israel, or possibly elsewhere. Also, dovetailing off that, we have ongoing in Rome, Italy, we have the Iran-U.S. nuclear talks. Unprecedented because normally the United States has to go directly through Switzerland in order to speak to Iran. And so Steve Witkoff, the U.S. Special Envoy for the Trump administration, just arrived in Rome, Italy today from France, I believe, in Paris, to have nuclear talks with Iran, which gets into the really the heart of the matter of this video, which is what are they going to do on April 19th? We know the numerology is blinking red. We know that there's at least 10 major live events or holidays that are being celebrated on this particular day. So the question is, what are they going to do? Well, I surmise that because of the ongoing nuclear talks that they're going to stage an Iranian nuclear event somewhere in the world. This will likely feature the Iranian Republican Guard Corps. This is the IRGC of Iran, who President Trump previously assassinated a Major General Qasem Soleimani at the Baghdad International Airport back on January 3rd of 2020. So the CIA has been plotting a revenge attack by Iran targeting the United States. And so I believe that this weekend, most likely on the date of April 19th, they're going to stage an Iranian Special Forces siege of the U.S. Capitol building, the White House, which is designed to culminate in a 9/11 style nuclear terror attack or a biological pandemic via a 9/11 style plane crash that's laden with some sort of CBRN related chemicals. Coincidentally, the leader of Iran, the supreme leader of Iran, Ali Khamenei, was born back on April 19th of 1935. So this would be his 90th birthday anniversary, and of course he was chosen as the leader of Iran because his birthday reflects the birth of modern Switzerland, which was the passage of their federal constitution back on April 19th of 1874. So just in closing, I just want to highlight briefly the most likely events that are going to transpire in the United States on the date of April 19th, which may be also in the morning of April 20th around the world. I have detailed this because of the Passover of this highest Jewish holiday of the Passover. And it's imperative to note that historically, almost every single war, assassination, terror attack, or blood sacrifice of a major celebrity or actor or athlete has occurred on a Jewish holiday, which coincidentally 90% of or so reflect Roman holidays, which is a different video, but considering that Passover is overlapping onto the birthday of Switzerland, the 151st anniversary of Switzerland, major earth-changing apocalyptic events are expected, which is why this is the third such video that I have detailed about this particular numerology on this date of April 19th. Consequently, the following 10 events are expected. Some sort of an asteroid or comet strike, possibly targeting Kashmir, a Trump dissolution of presidency event. Coincidentally, Donald J. Trump and his wife Melania Trump are hosting a number of high-profile Easter-related events at the White House this weekend, which is designed to culminate in a Easter roll event in the south lawn of the White House, I believe, on Monday, the 21st. But they are, in fact, hosting a number of events, and so some sort of an assassination, some sort of a murder. They may assassinate Trump under the guise of a heart attack or a stroke or a brain aneurysm, but he is not going to be president much longer and is likely going to be neutralized in some form or fashion Easter weekend. Number 3, as previously mentioned, is an Iranian nuclear event, and the opposite of that would be a Russian nuclear ICBM strike, possibly targeting Ukraine, the European Union, or the United States or Canada. Number 4 is the biological outbreak of a biological contagion as pretext for a global lockdown and subsequent global pandemic. Number 5 would be some sort of chemical-related attack, possibly anthrax, fentanyl, Novichok, sarin or VX, nerve agent. Number 6 would be a radiological related event, possibly a dirty bomb, a nuclear reactor meltdown, a suitcase nuclear device related event, or a tactical nuclear weapon strike, possibly in Ukraine or elsewhere. Number 7 is an act of war designed to trigger World War III. This is going to be a major false flag, such as the Gulf of Tonkin. So this would be an attack on a U.S. or Allied ship, an Operation Northwoods type attack, an Archduke Ferdinand type assassination event, a Chinese Pearl Harbor-like event, a 9/11 style attack, a Titanic-like event, which would be blamed on Iran, Russia, or China, targeting a cruise ship, or the shoot down of a passenger plane designed to trigger World War III. Number 8 would be a major cyber attack, which would be subsequently scapegoated onto China, Anonymous, Iran, or North Korea. This could be targeting banks, cryptocurrencies, the stock market, the power grid, nuclear reactors, nuclear silos, or the Internet of Things. Number 9 would be an escalation of the ongoing war. So this is basically, there's 6 wars going on, and so the CIA would escalate these one or more of these wars with a major CBRN related event. That's a chemical, biological, radiological, or nuclear related event. In the Russo-Ukrainian war, in Russia-Ukraine, Israeli-Hamas war, in Lebanon, Gaza and Israel, the Israeli Hezbollah war in Lebanon and Israel, the Syrian civil war in Syria, the Yemeni civil war in Yemen, and of course the Somali civil war in Somalia. Number 10 is a major invasion by an Axis country designed to trigger World War III. This would be Russia invading Ukraine, Poland, Germany, or another country in the European Union or NATO. a Chinese attack or invasion of Taiwan, Japan, South Korea, or the Philippines, an Iranian attack or invasion of Israel or Palestine, a North Korean attack or invasion of South Korea, and or a Pakistani attack or invasion of Kashmir and or India. And last but not least is a celebrity blood sacrifice. Given the numerology involved, it's highly likely that the CIA is going to stage some sort of celebrity blood sacrifice, as they do on Jewish holidays and Swiss holidays. These include, but are not limited to, Tom Brady, Donald J. Trump, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Conor McGregor, Aaron Rodgers, Elon Musk, Tiger Woods, Taylor Swift, Michael Jordan, Mike Tyson, King Charles of England, Pope Francis, the Dalai Lama, Kim Kardashian, Prince Harry, etc. Obviously praying for a peaceful weekend, and if anything out of the ordinary happens on the date of April 19th, I kindly ask that you download this video and share it with local, state, and federal law enforcement, military, and intelligence officials, as well as with local, national, and international media outlets.